About the gods. In the beginning there were no gods, just Brahma, a creator artist. He made the world and everything else and was pleased. Being immortal, he couldn't imagine otherwise, so his creations were too. And they kept multiplying. Soon space ran out, causing a demographic disaster. Creatures piled up, cursing Brahma, but kept having kids. Seeing this, he ran to a cave and cried. Anyone can offend an artist, but the problem needs solving. Any moment now, he might be overwhelmed by biomass. So he scooped up whoever he could find, dumped them in front of him, and started consulting with them. And they advised him to die. A crappy idea, of course, but at that moment, no one could offer anything better, and Brahma agreed. So let's all start dying. And somehow everything seemed to get better, and those oddballs said goodbye to Brahma and went on their way. Just as they left this cave, one of them suddenly dropped dead. They immediately ran back, shouting, "Are we dying too?" "What makes you any different from the rest?" Brahma asks. "Well, we know you," they say. "All right, let's think of something more interesting for you. There, go like the world ocean and start stirring it with a giant serpent until a cup of living water jumps out. Whoever drinks it will become immortal." And off they went. They took a fire-breathing serpent, split into teams, and started churning the ocean. Those at the tail end had it easy, working comfortably, but for those dealing with the head, it was much worse. The serpent was really unhappy about being used to stir the ocean, and it would occasionally spit fire, causing injuries and harm, and their mood was just terrible because of it. And when they looked to the other side, they would grind their teeth with envy. So in short, this vessel with life-giving water popped out. And interestingly, it emerged from the serpent's mouth. Everyone rushed to it to heal quickly, pushing and starting a fight. They behaved quite poorly overall. And the guys from the other end jumped on the serpent and ran across the ocean. And while running, they made a deal among themselves, like this little cup won't be enough for everyone, it seems, and they really don't want to share with those burnt freaks. And anyway, they're just some kind of losers. They run up and there's a brawl on the shore, and any moment now they'll knock over the bowl and that's it, game over. Then the cleverest of them turned into a woman, grew breasts, swayed his hips and said, "Hey guys, what are you doing here?" Where they even stop fighting? "It's a real woman," they shout. "We haven't seen real women in 100 years. Grab her, tear off her clothes." And they ran after her. And when they all left, the guys jumped off the snake, ran to the bowl, and quickly took a sip each to empty it. And they left a little for the fake woman. He just made a full circle and returned to the beach. And behind him, the whole crowd of disabled folks. Then suddenly, the burned ones realized they'd been duped. "You jerks," they said, and tried to beat up the bold ones. But since they were now unkillable, it turned into a reverse beating with humiliation. The immortals had their fun and finally said, "We're gonna be gods and live in the sky. And you freaks, you're declared demons, and your place is underground." And they left. Since then, it's clear the so-called demons don't like the so-called gods. And, well, you can understand them.